Welcome to the Transformation Institute's podcast for change. Here is our host, OMARI JAHI Aton.
Hey, welcome to the Transformation Institute podcast for change. I'm your host, OMARI JAHI, and welcome to the podcast, y'all. There's an old saying that heavy is the head that wears the crown. But lately, I've been wondering, how did the king get the crown in the first place? Did he inherit it or did he fight for it? Well, today, we are touching on a very hot subject, y'all. We're talking about the title of this conversation tonight is Head of Household. Does he deserve it or do we have to earn it? That's basically what we're going to be talking about tonight. And for a lot of us men, especially from the old school, we view this title as a right. It's who we are. It's the order of things. This is just how it's supposed to be. But we have to be honest. If you had the title, but you don't have the vision, are you really the head? Or are you just the loudest voice in the room? It's something that we really need to talk about, y'all. So let me introduce my co-host. Please put your virtual hands together for my man V, for Londa, my girl Kim, and Miss Brenda. Put your hands together for Miss Brenda. She's here today. Tonight, I should say. Thank you guys for being here. So, are we we was talking a minute ago about head of household and I even heard my wife, when she saw what we were talking about, she was talking to somebody on the phone about it. And she said, well, when I go to do my taxes, they say I'm the head of the household. And so the government sees the person that files taxes as the head of the household. So who is what? Maybe I should ask this question: what is head of household? What is that supposed to be? Do anybody know what head is? That the person? Well, who is it? A head of household. What is that? Kim, I know you ain't saying. Kim, y'all, I'm just letting y'all know. Kim say she ain't gonna say nothing tonight, and I don't believe her. I believe how the kids say it. Cap.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't either, Brenda.
What? Y'all don't know what cap means?
No.
That's what kids say when they say you lying.
Oh my goodness.
Now y'all got a new word. See, I just taught y'all a new word.
Yeah, you schooled me.
Y'all can use that with y'all kids.
Delete it.
You know what?
Okay, so we're going to talk about
No, because the question is, and it stemmed from last week, head of household. And Tyrone said, going back to most men mentality, this is the order of things. So I feel that the two men that's on this platform should give us their version of head of the household before us women comment on that. If you ladies agree with me, you guys guide us. Show us.
That is so cop out. Okay. I'm gonna give you. I'm tell you what. Head of household, because I be doing my research. Head of household is the visionary for the family. Now, let's just flip the script for a minute. In a spiritual context, the head is actually the servant, like Jesus. Remember, Jesus was is the head of the church, but he was the servant, right? The one who sacrifices the most should lead. Does the modern man understand that? Head means first to serve. That's my understanding of head of household. Does that make sense? The servant
don't make sense to me.
Huh?
That don't make sense to me. I'm over here by myself, head of my household. So I guess who I'm leading over here. I'm just taking care of stuff.
Go ahead, your turn.
Okay. without putting anything into it. I'm talking about something from the outside because I know at some point in this conversation, finances is gonna come up, right?
Always. Yep.
So, but without all that, I say head of the household is who provides the strength and the protection, right? Because if who provides the strength and protection, which was supposed to be, y'all would say supposed to be the man, which is exactly correct. They provide the strength, the protection, while the women do what y'all do best as far as the organizers of everything. Y'all keep the kingdom flowing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all bring order and structure to the kingdom, while head of the household provides the strength and protection for that kingdom.
Okay. Those are good examples.
That's my definition of it. That's how I see it.
Okay. Those are good examples.
Okay. Now you've heard from the men, ladies.
I told y'all mine. But what is the strength, the strength and protection? What exactly is that?
Well, just like say, I guess just like your protect, like when women need protecting, like if a kingdom need protecting, like if y'all got a family thing, y'all family, right? The man is like the say like an empire. The man would be like more like the face of like the security, the face of it to say, yo, don't come over here and mess with what we got going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is our thing. Don't mess with it sometime. And then the strength of when, oh, you know, your woman or something just needs you to be strong, right? While y'all doing what y'all do, y'all need the man to walk around with their chest out.
Okay.
If you get what I'm saying, y'all know what I'm saying. Like yo,
walking around like the gorilla, huh?
like just like yo, to protect, like yo, while y'all doing y'all thing, running the show. That's how I believe. I think the woman runs like I said, keeps everything the way it's supposed to be. And we provide that protection to make sure y'all protect it while y'all doing that.
That almost sounds to me, I mean, just a little bit, that I'm going to really be the one behind the scenes. And then if I need you to protect me from somebody coming in or like,
danger.
Yeah, right. And then you're going to step up there. But really, I'm the one, taking care of stuff.
You're the head.
No.
I mean, but I can't call myself the head.
Because you're a woman.
Well, I mean, I'm not talking about me. But if I had a head, I couldn't call myself the head because, he's the guy. He got his chest out and he's strong. So I'm whispering in his ear. I'm telling him, baby, we need this, and baby, we need that, and baby,
you gotta do it like this. You gotta do it like that.
Yeah, you gotta do it. Hey, cause the electrician coming over today, and da 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 da. I got it. I'm behind the scenes telling them, and then if somebody came into our house, they see him. He's the strength and the what? Protection. All right. Okay.
All right.
I ain't got none of that over here at my house. But all right.
Wait a minute. I put a presentation together to break all this stuff down.
Okay.
All right. And I sent it to Londa, Kim, and Vanessa, I think. I think it was Vanessa.
And I said I had questions.
Right. Because we were on, like, after the podcast ended last week.
It was on for an hour.
We were backstage after the show was over for about an hour.
Yeah.
Talking about this very subject right here. That's why B say we ain't gonna never come to an end. We was talking about this very subject right here. And I wanted and when we were talking about it, Vanessa, I think that was Vanessa. It might have been Vanessa or Londa, one of them. They were asking, well, what is the plan? Because I said the head of the household is the man is supposed to come with a plan for his family. And they were asking me, well, what kind of plan? Well, what's the plan? I said, well, I can't come off the top of my head, with a plan,
Hey, can I interject for a minute? Somebody asked that the comments of people are saying stuff. Somebody asked that you share the link, but isn't it the same link that they came to now? They want to view it later. Beverly Reed Scott.
She can view. Oh, I know Beverly. I'll send it to you, Beverly. The link. I know Beverly.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, Beverly. I'll send you the link so you can view it later. That's cool.
Okay.
All right, but and so here, because see, when we talk about providing, like we were talking about that last week, and when we're talking about providing, it's all like V said, it's always about money, but it's more than just money.
It starts with money.
Well, it starts with security, being secure.
How can you secure without funds?
I can put you.
What?
I can put you in a tent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a dime in my pocket, and secure you.
How?
And have you feeling
How?
as if nothing is going to happen to us in this tent.
We're in a tent. How can you secure me in a tent?
Okay, let me ask you this. If we're in a tent for a month and nobody comes in there because they're afraid that I'm gonna kick their ass, would you feel secure?
No, because I'll be hungry. I'll be sick.
See? Now that's not secure, is it?
No,
that's hunger.
See, that's where you go wrong. Security is not protecting against strength. Security is providing other things besides strength.
I agree with that.
We need
but
to
it's not
eat.
just
We need
that.
to make sure that we're healthy. You're not talking about my welfare. You're not talking about making sure I'm fed, making sure that I can wash my face, brush my teeth. Those are all under security. You're talking about fighting off somebody. No, it's a lot more to security in what you're detailing.
We are agreeing. For somebody that ain't gonna talk,
we are agreeing. Myself on mute.
We are agreeing. I'm saying it's more than just. It's not just money. That's what I'm saying. It's not just money. It's more to providing for your family than just money. To give you an example, I'm gonna just take this down because I can say it more so than I can show it. We can. Where did Brenda go? Oh, she fell off.
I keep falling out of here. I don't know what's happening to me.
See, when a man has a plan for his family, and he comes in and he just met a woman. They don't even have children, right? He met a woman and he said, "Hey, I want to have kids. I want a girl and a boy. You know, what do you think?" Well, I wanted 2 girls. Then they got to have a conversation. So if they can't come to an agreement whether they want and come to agreement and say, well, it don't matter what we have as long as they're healthy. Then they may come to that common denominator and say, it don't matter whether it's a girl or a boy, as long as it's healthy, we want children. We can agree on that. All right, now you can move forward. And then he says something to the fact of, I got, like I told him last week, I said, I got an apartment, I got a car, and I got a job. Those are the 3 basic necessities of life that you need in order to build from. But the problem is that society has raised the standard so high that the average, and notice my word, the average black man, I should say, it's too high for him to reach because he didn't go through the educational system that leads to the employment system. If you drop out of high school, or even if you drop out of grammar school or high school, let's say, and you don't get your diploma, it's very difficult for you to get a job working, making decent money to take care of a family. Can we agree on that? If you ain't got a diploma, you know how it is with jobs. If you ain't got a diploma or a GED, you are not getting a job.
You got to catch with diploma struggle.
Say again.
Now, so you got cats with diplomas struggling.
Yeah, that too. But I'm saying, just think about the cat that ain't got no diploma. What kind of struggle that dude going through?
But
my
now,
point
Okay.
okay, go ahead, Brenda. I'm sorry.
In reality, there are some men who did not graduate and who has jobs. There are some men out there that's doing that.
What kind of
just
jobs?
gonna go.
Because we
Beg
need
your
to
pardon?
tell other people about them. What kind of jobs? We need to tell other
I,
guys
I'm,
about
I'm,
them.
I mean, I just know that there are some men that have jobs that do not have a diploma. I don't know. I mean, the older men that got, but you remember, well, I don't know if you remember, but a lot of men from the South didn't graduate from high school.
Mm-hmm.
They came up to the city from the South and they got jobs and they took care of their families. Their wives stayed in the South until they came up here and secured a job and secured a place for them. And then they took care of their families and they were men at the head of the household. These days, from just what I see a little bit of, a lot of women are taking care of the homes and some of the, I guess the times have changed. Like you said, it is hard for a man that does not have a diploma to get a job, but some of them do get jobs. They may not get the job that they want or a job that pays enough. Their wife has to come along and help them. But if the wife loves them enough, the guy, the lady doesn't mind that, and they make it work, and the man still be the, what you say, strength and security or whatever. That man still can be that without having that diploma. I'm not saying that it's something that should, because I hate to see the young men that do not finish school, do not go, finish high school and all that. I hate to see that that's happening so much more now. I don't know what they're going to do. It seems like the times are going backwards, but there are men who did not have diplomas and jobs are really, really head of households, really taking care of them.
In this day and time?
So do you really think that's not?
I definitely think that's not.
Okay.
That's not true.
Do everybody agree that there's no men that's taking care of home that didn't graduate from high school?
No. You missed what I said. I said they can't take care of their family like on the level that has been raised by society, because if you make, let's say I got a job under the table, they pay me under the table to empty the garbage at a restaurant or something like that. You see what I'm saying? It's enough to keep some food in my refrigerator, and I got a studio apartment. You see what I'm saying? Now I meet a girl. Now, I'm a nice guy. I'm pretty intelligent and everything. I meet a girl and she likes me, but she works, she's a clerk for a judge downtown, making nice money, and she got a house. Now, as a man, if I'm supposed to be the head of my family, now I'm saying I'm supposed to be the head of my family, then how can I be the head of my family when I can't earn the money that it takes in order for me to be that person that's financially supporting my family? I can't be that person unless my wife or my girlfriend decides that she's going to be with me in my little studio apartment, and we're going to work together and build something together to the point to whereas we, not her, but we can afford to move into a home together. But that normally doesn't happen. What usually happens is that the guy, he go live with the woman, don't he?
If she had a place already.
Because she got a home. She got a house, right? But and in the beginning, they usually say stuff like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I love you. We're gonna work this thing out, and this, that, and another." But somewhere down the line, this thing about money always pops up because he ain't making enough of it to be able to cover or to be able to live up to the standards that she has been raised on, kind of like, or she's been allowed to experience because she makes good money. And because she makes good money, she can drive a Lincoln or a Lexus car. She can, if she got any children, she can send her children to private school, this, that, and another. Now, my point here is that if the what's the word I'm looking for? If the formula for success of a successful family is man, woman, child, well, maybe I should put it like this: God, man, woman, children. If that's the formula, then if you take that out of order and you put the woman as the head of the household, which that never was her nature. It's not in her nature to be the head of the household. I'm not saying she can't be the head of a household. I'm saying it's not in her nature to be the head of the household. It's in the nature and the buildup and the makeup of men to be the head of the household. And so when you put things out of order, now the children aren't being nurtured. You see, because that's her job to nurture the children, to be the teacher of the children. And if she's taking on the man's job, then there's nobody to take on her job with the children. So then now you can begin to see where we are in this whole dilemma.
Okay. I'm just going to say, I said I wasn't going to talk a lot, but I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this.
Yes.
If a woman who had that kind of money dated a guy that she knew he didn't have that kind of money, if she married that man, she still, and if she's a godly woman and she married that man, that's going to be the order. She's going to let that be the order. She's going to, God is going to be first. Her husband's going to be second. You will not know from looking from the outside in that lady makes more money than her husband. She's going to make that thing work and look good. That man might have some issues with, the fact that his wife makes the more money if he's, I mean, that's just the way I think.
You say insecure.
Yeah. Okay. But a woman who marries a man already knowing that he ain't got much, that's a good girl, and she's gonna do it the right way. That's my take.
I agree with that. But the thing is that at some point, because good people a lot of times surround themselves by envious and jealous people, unaware. I know a lot of women that have their marriage to a good man has been destroyed because they surround themselves with friends that are single, and they in their ear telling them, that nigga ain't got a job yet. How long has it been? It's been over 2 years. I mean, I seen somebody just said it on here. It's jobs out here. Here it is. Right here. I don't know who this is. It's
Ariel.
Ariel. Say that's not true. Plenty of jobs. Oh, really? See, we can just say this stuff out of our mouths. Oh, yeah, that's not true. There's plenty of jobs out here. We starving like Marvin. Half of us out here ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, but we got all these jobs.
Why though? You so there's no jobs, and I mean if that's the case, it's just, I mean, I know it's real bad out here, but I guess some people are seeing that these people got jobs. I mean, like I said, there's some men who don't have degrees and don't have their diploma, and they're working somewhere. So they're not seeing.
They selling drugs.
Okay.
And they doing illegal shit. Yes, they are.
Okay.
A lot of them, they are forced to do that in order to survive. That's the only thing left to do.
Their jobs out here for sure. Their jobs out here, but I guess what we talking about, jobs, a decent job to where you want to raise a family, have a wife and kids. And when inflation and this everything's steady going up, you did what I'm saying? So it's jobs, but it's like, man, where you working at? Family, you know, rather family dollars,
Dollar,
stuff like that. You paying minimum wage $15 an hour. I mean, shit, you ain't get no, you ain't, man, you ain't raise no
they're
family like
making
that off
it
that.
work. They're making
Oh
it
yeah.
work in their circumstances. Because what do you do then? So if we say that, if a young man is listening right now and we say that and we kind of minimize the fact that he's working somewhere, even though he's making a little money, we might hurt that man's feelings. We might mess that guy up. We might make him think like, that ain't nothing. What you doing that? You didn't get a diploma and you're doing that. You didn't get. So he's doing something, and he's doing what he can do. Just like Ty made the example of, I take you to a tent. I'm gonna provide for you in that tent. You know what I'm saying? Why did he take it to a tent? Because at the beginning of it, he didn't have enough money for the house. So maybe these young people don't have enough money for the house at first. Maybe this young man who didn't have a diploma works hard and grows into a better job. I mean, or you find favor. I'm the head of my household. I'm just gonna give one example. I ain't gonna talk too much no more after this, but I'm gonna give this example. I worked at a place for many years. My department downsized. I went down to customer service from being a word processing operator a long time ago. And while I was there, I kept looking for other positions in my company. We had one black CEO, one in this big old company. When he came, I went upstairs to the housing department where he worked, where he was the president of. And there was an empty seat. I pointed at that seat and I told him, I kept joking with him that I was going to have that seat. I was half joking with him. Before I left that job, I had that seat. He listened to me. He asked someone about how long I had been there, how much money I made, and he upgraded me just on me talking and saying, speaking stuff into being. So God has favor on some folks. Those people, if these young men out here are working these minimum wage jobs, but they're doing it to the best of their ability, hey, they can find favor and they can move, and some woman can marry them, makes more money, and allow that man to be the head of the household. I'm through. I quit.
Yes. I agree with you 1,000%, Brenda. Can you imagine that? We agree. We agree.
Yeah, when the anointing is flowing, you're going to agree. Hallelujah.
But I mean, that is so true. But you know what? And see, can you imagine? He gets with a woman and she really loves him and she respects him, and that's the main thing. And she respects him because he's a good person. And then she come to him one day and say, "Hey, they got a GED class over here. Why don't you go take this GED class, get your GED, and then we could upgrade your job." You see what I'm saying? We can start from there. Then he go and take the class and get his GED and everything, and now they moving up. Like the Jeffersons. But what normally happens is this bitter war thing, this male and female crap that keep us pulling at each other like crabs in a barrel. You see what I'm saying? And ain't nobody going nowhere. We all just effed up. That's all I can say. But we just messed up. But if we could understand that when we put things in order, and we do things, as they say, in decency and in order, and if that man found him a good woman, they say when you find you a wife, he found you a good thing and all that. Is she a good thing when she at some point decide that, well, I gave you 2 years to get your stuff together? Somebody else just said something. I think it was Quee. She said something about men that they ain't stepped up. Yeah, she said she forced, like I guess she's saying a woman is forced to when the men don't step up. See, that right there, saying that a man don't step up and not really realizing the thing is the man can't step up because either he ain't got a diploma or either the jobs that are paying decent enough salary to take care of a family, you got to have not only a diploma, but you got to have a degree. And a lot of these jobs are asking for that kind of educational degree in order for you to get a job.
Rita Esther just said you got to have something about skill, something jobs out here, but you have to have something about the skill and yeah.
Who said that? Somebody said that.
Rita
Yeah. Right here.
Mm-hmm. Jobs are open.
Yeah, but you must be skilled and qualified to compete and willing to work, not just socialize and talk on the phone. I agree with that. Right. You see what I'm saying? But the thing is, see, if the educational system is connected to the workforce, this is why a lot of women have jobs. They're making decent money because they didn't drop out of high school. Well, not a lot of them. The majority of them didn't. They dropped out. They didn't drop out. They got their diploma and they went on. Some even went on and got what's that first thing you get? Associate degree or something? Associate. They go on and get an associate degree, and they're able, because of this educational hurdle that they overcome, they're able to get nice paying jobs in the workforce. So if education is connected to workforce and these black men are dropping out of the educational system like flies, I mean, dropping out left and right, some being kicked out because of behavior. You see what I'm saying? So now when they want a girlfriend now, they want a family now, but the girlfriend went to school and got her diploma. She love him. But as time go on, at some point, the little birdie in her ear is gonna say, that nigga is a burden on you. He like another kid. You taking care of that nigga just like you take care of your own kids. And then you like, hell yeah, you know what? You damn right. Then they start hearing the song, I could do bad by myself. I don't need no help to starve to death.
You didn't have to see all that.
Now, come on, y'all. Come on, man.
You could have still said that I could do bad by myself part.
This is how it happens. And then good people that love each other, now they fighting and trying to kill each other, and they get divorced or they break up and this, that, and another. But they were two good people, you know, and now they got kids. You see, this is how we ended up in this effed up situation we in. And for some reason, we don't understand, or maybe we just don't realize that it ain't too late for us. We can fix this. We just have to do like we tell the alcoholics to do. You have to accept the fact that you're an alcoholic. You got to accept the fact you're a crackhead. We got to accept the fact that we are messed up, men and women, all us, effed up in some way or another. And until we accept that reality, then we won't see the things that we have to do in order to fix it. Because once you find out, like the alcoholic wasn't born an alcoholic. Something happened in his life. Some trauma happened to him. Some stress came upon him that was overwhelming, and he used alcohol as a crutch because he couldn't emotionally deal with it. So now he a damn alcoholic. Same thing with a crackhead. Same thing with a person that eats too much. Same thing with a person that has sex too much. You know, these are addictions, and we sick people that need help. And here we are sick, raising children, and wonder why the children effed up. Man.
So when a man...
Can I ask a question though? Like, because I haven't heard one time yet about the accountability thing. Like, men are accountable for themselves. Women are accountable for themselves. And I cannot apologize to nobody because I made a different choice to do better for self, right?
Most definitely.
I'm one of the women that, like, I got 3 degrees, but that's just pieces of paper sitting over there. in corporate
It's more than
America.
pieces of paper. It allows you to be able to employ yourself to a level where you can make decent money.
In corporate America, which I
Yes.
have worked in for 20 years, nobody gives a damn about none of that in corporate America, because what I've experienced in corporate America is that, one, you have people in corporate America who have titles and like nice titles and make great salaries, but they reach the thing that we call the glass ceiling because they have all the experience in the world, but they don't have the piece of paper in order to move up anymore.
Exactly.
Then you have those that don't have any experience and they come right out of college and then they can't land the career that they want because they have no experience. Well, I just did 6 years in school, so no, I don't have the experience that you're looking for. It's a double-edged sword. Women don't always get what it is that they want, and I don't think that they should have to apologize because the percentages are higher for women in education than they probably are men.
Yes.
But I would love to see men be accountable for their own self. But before 1900, none of y'all could read or write. None of y'all had the opportunity to have an education, but you had a skill set and you had a trade and you knew how to do something besides an education that didn't require an education in order for you to be able to protect for your family or to make money. So for like the man that, and I'm single. So the man of my choice or the man of my dreams may not make the same type of money that I have because he might not have 3 different degrees, or he may not be in that field, or he may not be able to do that, but he doesn't need to have a barber license in order to own the barbershop. He doesn't need to have like any specific degree to be a business owner, to be an entrepreneur. Like those are still cop outs to me because he doesn't need an education to basically do anything if he has a skill set and a willful mind. Like I'm totally confused.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 1,000%. But
Me
now,
too, girl.
But now I have to ask the question: Black men with skill sets that, let's say, just give you an example, a person that can cut hair. Let's just say a person that knows how to cut hair. He's been cutting everybody hair on the block, for all his life. Or even a person that knows how to fix radios and TV. I used to know a guy that old dude used to know how to fix. You had your TV broke, you take it to the old dude. He go in the back and fix it up for you and give it back to you. It'd be working, right? That's a skill set that we're talking about. Now, those skill sets are not taught in school. They are passed down from generation to generation, meaning a man teaches his son, and that son teaches his son, and that son teaches their son, or a nephew, or cousins. They teach people in the family, right? Now, if you take the man out of the household and you got a boy there, who gonna teach him how to fix a radio, or who gonna teach him how to fix a car? Are you understanding where I'm coming from?
So, right, I get you, but melanated men, or I'm gonna call them kings because that's technically what they are. They just forgot that they were. So the melanated men, before education became a thing and they were allowed to be educated and allowed to read and they had those skill sets, like Sojourner Truth, Thurgood Marshall, like we invented more than half of everything in this world. Like we invented the light bulb, we invented the air conditioner, we invented everything without an education. Whatever thing that it is that he has is already in him. He doesn't need nobody to tell him that is there. He has to find it on his own. It's kind of that self-confidence thing, like, or that self-esteem. It's the esteem of the self. It's confidence of yourself. What is it that you know how to do? What are you good at the least restricted method? Like finding out who you are is more important than actually anything, but you don't need an educational system. And if we're going to be honest, the educational system, regardless of how many of those things you got over there, basically just says that you can be taught and you can be trained. It doesn't make you no different from nobody else. It just means that I have been programmed so I can be trained. Pretty much what that means. It tells you what level I can be trained at. That's it.
But see, you're talking about you, and I'm not. The problem is not you. And see, I don't want you to think this conversation tonight is trying to say that women, because they went through the educational system, are the problem with the Black family. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying Black women are the problem. I'm talking about the person that decided to create a system that says if you don't get a piece of paper from me, you will not be able to be successful on the level that I'm going to allow your woman to be successful on, simply because she went through my system. You called it, you said it yourself. She allowed me to take her through my programming. She went through my system. You didn't go through. So you are not allowed to be able to make the kind of money to be head of your household. So now,
but I thought she was saying the opposite of that. I thought she was saying, am I wrong? That she was saying that they don't have to go through the system. They don't have to do that to know something, to become an entrepreneur or utilize what they do know to make money. Right? Is that what you were saying?
Yes.
I mean, so he don't have to go through the system. The system don't. What she's saying is the system don't stop everybody. She was calling man to be accountable for himself. That if he, just because he didn't have an education, figure out something to do to make some money. To and I mean.
Okay, let me ask a question now. Okay, let me ask you ladies a question, because you all got sons, you got nephews. I'm talking about the young ones now. From 2000 up, maybe I should say 1990, really. 1990 up, young men that was born on the planet, they in our family. What skill have they shown you they got other than playing basketball, some sport, rapping? This is the thing. These are the skill sets that our young men are striving to be. They want to be a rapper. They want to be a basketball player. They want to be in the NFL. What else? I can't say they want to be a doctor. I can't say they want to be a lawyer. I can't say. Do you know some? I shouldn't say that.
And I do. There
are some.
There are black. We do have melanated scientists. We have melanated heart surgeons at my facility. Like young in their 40s that are black men that are educated heart surgeons. Like you have bariatric doctors that are actually black. Like they are there. Now the thing is, are the same resources available to everybody in every community in every neighborhood? Absolutely not. So everybody doesn't have the same access to it. But I'm also a product of the Inglewood in the South Side of Chicago. So therefore, you have to have it set in your own mind that says, I know where I came from, but I also know where I don't want to be. So I'm going to change that. Now, the woman that comes along or the woman that you like want, dependent, like money is not an issue because that's only the value that you give it. But when it comes to protecting and it comes to providing and it comes from divine masculinity and it comes to understanding and it comes to infrastructure, like those are things that the actual household needs that only a man can actually provide in order to sit at the head of that table. Like he makes all decisions. So I can't follow you if you don't know where the hell you're going either.
I agree. But see, we saying the same things, but when it comes to the good stuff that's in our society, we only refer to what the women got. You see what I'm saying? I heard you go to yourself many times when you started talking about, well, I've had the opportunity. I came from Inglewood. I've had the opportunity to do this, that, and another. See, we're not talking about you. I already know that you had these opportunities. I'm talking about these young black brothers that dropped out of high school that do not have that opportunity, but that ain't stopping them from meeting girls. They ain't stopping them from falling in love. That ain't stopping them from making babies. That ain't stopping them from doing these things. And when it's time, as the women say, for him to man up, when it's time to man up, which means step up and bring some duckies and put it on the table. That's what that means. When a woman says, step up, man up, it means you got to step up and provide the things that are necessities for our family. That's what that means. And if he doesn't have the wherewithal because he dropped out of high school, and because he dropped out of high school, he is locked out of the workforce, then what is he supposed to do other than
So are we saying that
crime?
the men that drop out and the men that don't have educations or high school diplomas can't land because a job and a career are two totally different things. So
That's
are
true.
we saying that they only attract their kind? So are they only attracting women that dropped out of high school because the birth rate and teenage motherhood it was at an all-time high back in the 90s. So are
Yes.
we saying that that's the equal opportunity? Like they both just meet each other on the level that they are? Or are you saying like this man is handsome, he look good, he smell good, he's charismatic, he got a little, self-respect about himself. He actually not out there selling drugs, but he got a story to tell, and he just needs a little guidance. So when the woman comes and she provides that exact guidance that he actually needs, is he like intimidated by it? Does he reject it because he doesn't know how to accept the proper amount of love that he's never had? Or like, are we going to talk about the real things? Because I don't see that that's just happening all over the world, that they only encounter their own kind. I think they do get some women that try to make them better, but then it's intimidating to them.
Yes. No. It's a good thing. Remember, this is the example that we gave earlier. If a man finds a woman that's a Cook County clerk and she's making good money, she got her own house and this and that and another, and they are in love with each other, and she is assisting him, helping him. This is why they call the woman for a man a help meet. She helps him meet his destiny. She helps him. And so when she said, hey, they got GED classes over here, why don't you go take this class so you can get your GED and then you can get a better job and we can kind of make this thing starting to work a little bit for us. When she does something like that, or a woman, because he knows how to fix cars, she, with her money, she goes and rents a spot where he can have his own auto mechanic space. You see what I'm saying? If she does that, and then he starts becoming an entrepreneur, and he makes money on his own, but without her help, he may not make it to that space. He just be an auto mechanic on the street with no place to fix cars unless he come to your house and he outside in front of your house fixing on your car. That kind of mechanic. You see what I'm saying? So without a woman helping that kind of a man, which is really, it's very rare. I'll put it like that. It's rare for women to be patient enough with a man like that to help him through that because of the pressure from this world and this society that says you a damn fool if you spending your money on that nigga, and in the morning when you get up and go to work, he laying in the bed.
Okay. I said I wasn't gonna say nothing else, but if you got a guy, and if he's a good guy, you said nice guy, he just didn't have an education, so he couldn't get the opportunities and all of that. If he's a good guy with a good mind, the woman don't have to help him get that, because I'm thinking, this just me. I don't have a head in my house, but I don't want to have to tell him to go get the GED. He know he doesn't have a GED. He know he needs something to get a better job. He wants to be with me. And I don't think that I would be being mean or nasty to him. I like him. I gave him a chance. I'm messing with him. I'm dealing with him. But then if I'm with him for a while and I see that this man don't even think about on his own to go get a GED, I mean, maybe he had messed up. He got out of school for whatever reason, whatever happened. But okay, now we together for years, and she's a helpmate. But so I have to tell you to go get a GED, or I have to tell you, okay, I can rent a place for you. I mean, he could come to me and say that because he has something in his head too. It's more than the financial part of being the head. A woman can follow a man even if she has to pay for some stuff, But that man, I want that man to come in, with some stuff on his own that he come and tell me, baby, I'm finna go back to school. Baby, I'm finna do.
That's
Baby,
so ideal. We would love that so much. But I think I have probably witnessed, experienced, or actually seen like some of them, the good ones too, even though they men and they're masculine and they pretend to be like got it all together or want it all together sometimes, their ego still needs to be stroked a little bit. Like, I don't care how they think they got it together. Sometimes you have to stroke their ego. Sometimes, even though they know that they're supposed to do it, it's like that nurturing thing that's in our womb for whatever reason. Like they still want the extra encouragement. They still want the guidance. They still want the reassurance. They still want the support. And even though they are men, it's a piece of them. Like maybe it's a small piece that acts like a little boy, but like he really does want that extra reassuring thing.
I know. The key word you said is sometimes. Sometimes they need that. If they need that all the time, if they need that all the time, they need to be stroked all the time. I'm over here needing to be stroked too. I'm over here needing to know that you know something on your own too. I think that they have to, it's more than just if he got some money or he got an education. It's what else, because I really don't understand the new words, emotional intelligence. But I think that's what I want to say. He got to have some emotional intelligence too. He got to be intelligent enough emotionally to know that I need him to be something too. I'm gonna be his helpmate. He needs to be something too. And the sometimes stroking, women, we stroke them, we stroke their egos anyway. That we're gonna do that anyway.
And I think the emotional intelligence word is over. It's like it's
I think I don't
a lot because they don't know how. And I'm just saying them, but like most times I think we get the conflicting thing is when we don't know how to balance each other. Like he has masculine energy just by default, and then I have this feminine energy by default. So you have a role and I have a role, but then when you try to match my energy, I'm gonna probably call you a bitch because you're not supposed to match me. You're supposed to balance me and correct my behavior, and then that's why we're going to clash. So, and it's also like knowing when two men are having a discussion that I operate in feminine energy. I'm gonna just sit back and let y'all do y'all thing because I'm not supposed to be in this anyway. Like you got to know your roles. So literally, like him sitting at the head, I think is the thing where it's an earned position, but it's also kind of like by default for those that want to sit there. And if you don't want to sit there, please get up because you're occupying space for somebody else that actually wants to seat.
Well, let me say this. I think we under the.
I like her.
Yeah, well, I like her too. But I still think we are all under the delusion that, yes, I'm saying it. We are under the delusion.
You can have that thought too.
That we are going to find the perfect man in our lifetime that's going to be the man for me, King, Prince Charming, whatever that fairy tale thing your mama told you when you was a little girl, the Prince Charming gonna come and sweep you off your feet and all that crap. These are our black men from the 90s all the way up until now have been castrated. I'm gonna say it again. I'm not talking about physically. I'm talking about psychologically and emotionally and socially castrated. Now you know what happens to a animal when you neuter them. So when I say that those kind of men need that nurturing woman to help them get back to who they are supposed to be as a man, when a woman has when her testosterone level has gotten to the point to where she's been the man for so long she done forgot how to be a woman, then you got two men in the house. And we all know how that's going to work out unless one of them going to be a homosexual. So this is the problem that we have. We got women with testosterone. We got men with testosterone. And they trying to have a relationship. But ain't now one of them gay. And then we wonder why it ain't working. We wonder why we single. We wonder why we alone. We wonder, I ain't putting up with that crap. Well, you know what God's saying? I ain't putting up with that B.
I'm not wondering. I'm not wondering why I'm alone. I'm not.
I'm sure you're not, Brenda. I'm sure you're not. But my point is that here we are. You know, we're having this conversation as if you can go at a certain place or a certain area in town, and you just got the pick of these kind of men you talking about, the kind that don't have mama issues, the kind that don't need a push, the kind that I shouldn't have to tell him to get a GED. He should know that.
I said sometimes. See, you quoting me wrong. We ain't gonna fight. But I'm tell you,
I didn't even say your name, brother.
Sometimes we don't want to have to tell them. Nobody should want to all the time have to tell them. I mean, I don't think that that's wrong. I don't want. If that's the case, then I'm gonna always be the one. I'm gonna always be the one over here telling him all the time. Come on, that doesn't make for.
No.
Okay,
you know
my bottom line.
You know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like a person that has a drug addict person in their family, and they keep saying, I shouldn't have to always say you need to go get help. I shouldn't have to keep saying that. I love you, but I don't want you to. I want you to get help on your own.
So you're saying if I had a husband, I should always just always cater to.
If you love that person, if you really love that person,
more than I love myself.
No, it ain't got nothing to do with more. I'm saying if you love a person and you want good, you want better for that person, you are going to. Yes, always until death do you part. That's what marriage is about. Till death do you part. But this is why we ain't. This is why we are high in divorce now too, because of this kind of mentality. So
my mentality is wrong. I'm single anyway, but
it ain't your fault. It is not your fault, Brenda. I'm not blaming you.
So where does God come in all of this? Because I believe in Him. So He can't. God can't orchestrate this thing, right? This stuff gonna stay messed up because I don't always want to help my man.
No, wait a minute. No, yes. Well, you said two things. You was talking about God, and then you said something else. So I didn't know what you wanted to answer. You said, "What is God?"
It's all in the same thing. It's all in the same thing. I was saying in the situation, and God is in my situation, and I don't like it that I would have to always be lifting my man all the time because he's need lifting all the time. And anybody that's lifting something all the time gets a little tired. If I'm always picking up something, I'm getting a little tired. So that don't mean I'm gonna leave, but I'm a little tired. So if that man doesn't never do, I'm not even saying that I would divorce him or leave him, but I'm going to be tired all over here with this man, loving him and tired.
Well,
that's my closing thought. That's my closing thought.
This is time to go. Damn. I didn't even know it's time to go.
That's my closing thought. I'm tired. That's my closing thought. I'm tired. I ain't even got no head of household. I'm already tired. I'm already tired.
Don't let nobody misuse you. You know what I'm saying?
The only way you would be tired, Brenda, is that you have come to the conclusion, or somebody has helped you come to the conclusion that you're wasting your time. See, you only draw that kind of conclusion. We say, I'm wasting my time. It's almost like, can you imagine preachers? You know, they preaching the word every Sunday, but yet and still, he look at his congregation and they fornicating and they freaky deacon and, you know, what's that when you have sex outside? I mean, with a married person, they doing everything under the sun. And you would think that at some point the preachers should say, "Man, the hell with this! I'm wasting my damn time." You know,
why I talk like that?
Huh?
The preacher shouldn't talk like that.
I agree, and a woman that wants a man shouldn't talk like that.
Wow, she should just take it for the rest of her life.
It's not taking; it's giving. See, and this is the problem that we have. We have become selfish. I ain't say you. I say we have become selfish and we don't want to give anymore. We want to receive. It's all about me now. What's in it for me? What you gonna do for me? I'm doing this for you. What you gonna do for me? This is the mentality of humanity now. And that's my closing thought. And that's why we so effed up.
The podcast is a podcast for change. When we get ready, when we talk this stuff, what do we give somebody if we all messed up? What incentive are we giving for change? Well, if the bottom line is we all messed up, what incentive are we giving? What they gonna take away tonight?
Well, first of all, you have to know how you got messed up. See, that's why I was using a drug addict and an alcoholic as an example. An alcoholic wasn't born an alcoholic. Something happened in their life that made them go to alcohol because they couldn't take the pressure or they couldn't take the stress or something. And the same thing with people in their relationships. There's something that happened in a woman's life that causes her to become the type of woman that says, I'm not going to keep putting up with a man that ain't in his optimum level of operation that I feel he should be at. And if he ain't there, I don't care what he went through in his life. His mama died and he started drinking, he started doing drugs. I don't give a F about any of that. All I care about, if you want to be my man, you better step up. I don't care if you are effed up. If you're effed up, get the hell on away from me. And when you say this kind of thing about men that are effed up, because all of us are, in some way, shape, form, or another, then you're going to be alone for the rest of your damn life, or you're going to go try to find you a white man, or a Hispanic man, or an Arab man. That's what's going to happen. And that's
are you saying that they not messed up? They don't got the same issues? It's just the melanated one?
Yeah, they are. They are messed up. But you know what's the difference? They're going to be the ones that going to be able to give you the money that you need and the lifestyle that you want.
It's not again, to all women, it's not about money to all women.
They'll be doing this, but you'll take it. Most of y'all.
Not most of us, because some of us ain't rap
because they gave you a Mercedes and they got you a home with a swimming pool. Your kids go to private school and he gonna be living in your damn mouth like a damn dentist. But because he can give you the lifestyle that lets your friends think that you got it going on, you will take that shit.
I don't know anybody like that, man. I don't know what.
I don't either. At least not none in my circle.
I'm totally lost in that.
I will hope that my closing thought is that to the broken men and to the broken women that happens to be melanated, I hope that they find a safe space, a safe resource where the men that are safe and healed can actually reach out and help the unhealed men to become better men. And then the women that happens to be healed from all the BS that they have encountered can possibly reach out and become a safe haven for the broken women and girls. And then we all can be better. How about that?
I agree. Yes.
I agree.
And see, and that's the goal. That's what you were saying, Brenda. It's about change. How are we going to change? So you can't stay the same and then talk about change. Somebody got to change.
That's what I was saying all the time.
If it ain't you, then who?
I guess the man got to change, right? The guy got to change. Like I guess for whatever reason, it popped back in my head what Londa said, taking accountability for when if everything that's going on in the world that put us down, that castrated us, that put us in that situation, it's not our fault. But we are accountable for fixing it. So we can't just lay down forever and say, damn, well, I'm messed up. Oh, damn. Okay, well, that's it. You know what I'm saying? And then always expect the woman to uplift us and encourage us. Then, okay, now we can go. It's just my woman encouraging me. Now, at some point, you got to get up, pull yourself up and say, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get better. So you can
know. That's all I was saying.
Yeah.
And there are guys that are like that. There are guys that pull themselves up by their bootstraps. I'm not denying that. But I'm saying there are a lot of destroyed black men that have been molested as young boys, that have been screwed over in the judicial system. They went to jail, they got screwed in jail, and they ain't gonna never tell nobody, but they come out acting super hard because they think everybody can see the fact that they've been turned into a bee in the prison. So now they out here acting like they are straight up gangster disciple G. And then what the bottom line is that if you're in a position where you can't afford a family, you do not, as a man, you do not qualify to have a wife and a child if you are not in a position that you are able to financially, emotionally, socially, psychologically secure secure a woman and your children. You aren't even qualified to have children if you can't take care of them. But we already know that ain't the case. We having children, we having women, multiple women, and we can't afford none of it half the time unless we are criminals. Now, if we're a big time criminal, they call us ballers, shot callers, right? Big Daddy. That's what the women call him. Hey, Big Daddy. You see what I'm saying? This is the world we living in. And we act like it's okay. I'm saying that something needs to change. Now, am I saying that women are going to be this nurturing kind of woman to her man to try to build him back up to be the man that she, in her mind and in his own mind, feels he should be? Nope, I don't believe there are some, but the percentage is very, 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 very low. And so I'm saying that the only hope is that my son, his children, and their children, you have to start the process with young kids that was born in the 2000s. These young men. Tell them this little format that I got, the plan for a family. We got to train them. And when I say we, I'm talking about women. You all got the sons, the nephews, and and grandchildren and all that. Male. You got to put this in their ear that they are the head of the household. You are the head. You have to act a certain way. You have to conduct yourself in a certain way. And if you're not teaching these young men that's
like a man's world. That's not that. I could teach my daughter how to be a woman, but I can't teach a little boy how to be a man. I would appreciate if the men taught the boys how to become better men than what they are. Like that's a masculine voice that needs to be heard.
And so since you can't teach him, that means F him. He effed up. I can't do nothing for him. Go find your daddy. Is that what you're saying?
What is the man's responsibility? Because we're talking about boys and men.
You put him out.
So what's the man's responsibility?
You put him out.
When?
Come on, you talk about accountability. You got to keep the accountability of the fact that even though that young black man needs a black male in order to teach him those things, but you can't then take your part of it out. And I put him out of the house for whatever reason. He wasn't paying the bills. He wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. He was cheating on me, whatever it was. That man's gone. You teaching your daughter the right things because you're a woman.
So does that mean that the responsibility of a healthy co-parent doesn't exist because you're not in the household? Does that mean that you're not entitled to be responsible for your seed or your stem because you're not in the household? Does that mean that you don't have a voice because you're not in the household? Because I'm assuming that even though we're not in the household, my failed relationship don't have anything with you doing being a father or a parent. The relationship and the fatherhood are two totally different things.
I agree. But what I'm saying here is, if he, just like the fact that he's not in the household paying your bills, are you going to wait for a man to come in and pay your bills, or did you step up and do it yourself? So it's the same thing.
I have to. I don't want to, but I have to because I have kids.
You're not waiting on a man to do that for you. I'm saying for your son, you can't wait on, you got enough masculinity to cuss a Negro out, talking about you gonna bust him upside his head like another man.
No. this is where we're gonna bump heads, because you can't just sit here in the same conversation and say, women, y'all don't know y'all parts because, or y'all don't know y'all role because y'all want to have the testicles too. If you want me to operate in my feminine energy and you want me to be submissive, then you play your role and you let me play mine. So when it comes to that boy that you want to become a man and a better man than you are, then you take on their role and their responsibility. Now, my daughter, I can teach her about morals, values, respect, and how to be submissive, but I can't teach you can't teach my daughter how to be a woman either. So if we're gonna be fair, let's be fair. If you don't want me at the head of the seat, then take me out the chair.
But you're already at the head. You're already in the seat.
No, we're not.
You've been sitting there your whole life.
Guys, we're 10 minutes over. We're getting look, cause hey, ain't nobody over here with me, and I had a son. My son is pretty decent young man. And his dad didn't take the role. His dad didn't take the role until my son was grown, married with children. So there's mothers doing it, and we know that there's mothers doing it. And I'm sure Londa has, her son is in her home. She's doing something with her son. I'm sure she's not letting her son just be out there with nothing from her. Women are always giving and nurturing their children, their daughters and their sons. So, I mean, not all women even take care of the kids, but you know what I'm saying. So we're going out of, we're getting out of here, so,
Brittany said she ready to go.
I'm going to say peace out.
But see, I mean, hey, if we don't want to solve the problem, then
we can't solve the problem. All we doing is bumping heads. We keep bumping our heads. I think that people are talking. We have to acknowledge these people who's saying some stuff, and maybe we can get other perspectives. And when they're saying stuff, they stopped after a while because I guess we be talking so much they stopped. But Miss Sasa is saying something I can't see.
Yes, well, she said it depends on the mindset, because a lot of young men have some skill sets. You can lead, but they have to be willing to take charge. See, and that's what I'm saying. I believe mothers have to teach their children, how to be the man of the house. Teach him to be the head. Not your daughters, because that's what you're doing. You're teaching your daughters, don't let no nigga do this. Don't let you do this. You pay your bills. You don't depend on no nigga for nothing. This is what we're doing. I'm saying you have to teach your sons, because if you don't, then those sons that you don't do that, they're going to be the no good niggas that these girls are going to deal with in the future. That's just how it's going to be. So I don't know what I'm talking about. I have no clue about what I'm saying. I'm just making this crap up, and that's just my opinion.
But you're a man that's not a lady that's raising sons on their own. You're not a lady that's raising sons on their own. I'm a lady that raised a son on my own. So yeah. I know what I'm talking about from my perspective.
And I applaud you.
I don't know what it is to have a man in my home raising my son. I don't know that.
I applaud you. I applaud you for what you did for your son. Your son is a good man. I know your son. You see what I'm saying? I'm saying that this is not happening on a broad scale in our Black communities, in our family, in our households. That's not happening. The boys are left to the streets, and these streets are raising these boys. And the excuse is his daddy ain't nowhere around. I'm saying if we keep using that excuse, then there will be no transformation. There will be no change. Everything will stay the same.
Somebody else said something. He couldn't be laying in the bed when I get up to go to work unless he's doing something to earn money or better himself during other hours of the day.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I agree with that. But see, the thing is that even in that, if he was just in the bed that morning because he wasn't feeling well or whatever, and then the girl went out and she met her girlfriend, she's like, oh, so what's so-and-so doing? Oh, he was laying in the bed.
See, some girlfriends shouldn't ask what your husband's doing.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
But you know what? To me,
but we know it happens. It happens.
To me, to me, I think a lot of men think that a lot of women listen to their girlfriends. I think that's maybe you've had some experiences where you know that the lady listened to her girlfriends, but a lot of when we're out with our girlfriends, a lot of women can't say nothing about our men. They can't talk to us like that. That's probably when you was really younger or 20s or something. But people can't just telling you about your man these days, man. They can't do that. We're not doing that.
It's being done, believe me.
Okay. All right.
Because usually, want me to tell you how it starts? It starts with venting.
I'm talking about, okay, they starting over here.
When a woman vents to her girlfriend about how things ain't going the way she might feel they should be going, and then the girlfriend might say, well, what's so-and-so doing? Oh, when I left, he was laying in the bed. Oh, see, that's effed up. Ain't no MFing way that I leave out the house and that MF is going to be laying in my bed. Hell no, he going to be getting the F out. See, and this is how this stuff happens. And he might not have just been feeling good for that particular day, but now she come home with attitude, and he don't know what happened. He don't even know why she got attitude. And now they fighting. And now he runs out because he don't want to hit her in the face because she might, y'all like calling men bees, you know that?
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I ain't perfect.
I didn't say you, Brenda. I was speaking of females.
I thought you said whisper to us, y'all. Y'all.
I was speaking of females. I didn't mean you.
Oh.
I know you don't do that. But these young girls, you better get out. See, you acting just like a bee. See, I ain't your mama. See, this is the stuff that's going on in our communities. And
okay, so what can we do to stop that stuff? How can we stop that?
We have to recognize the role that we are playing in keeping it the way it is, and then reverse it. I always talk about reverse engineering. We have to reverse it. So if you're the type of person, okay, I'll use me as an example. If I'm a man, I don't have no high school diploma. I've been in and out of jail. I'm depressed as hell. I get high and I drink because I don't like to accept the reality that I'm a no good ass man, meaning that I can't provide for myself, let alone my children. And my girlfriend, she calls me a bum, a nigga, because I ain't doing what I feel I want to do. So I'm depressed as hell. So all I do all day is get high. And then at some point I start robbing niggas. And then I meet this girl that decides that she sees something in me and she wants to help me. But then that help only goes so long because her girlfriend go tell her, that nigga ain't even got no job. You see what I'm saying? And then now if that woman that saw something in him good decides that she gonna leave him and he back to the streets, that's only knocking him even lower in his own comprehension of himself. Because see, black men, whether y'all know it or not, black men look upon themselves and they have a very, we have a very negative opinion of ourselves based on what the goals we have for ourselves and the fact that we can't reach them. And because we can't reach them, our self-esteem is very low. And we hide it with masculinity and this stuff that Londa was talking about. You got to be a G'd up Negro. I got to wear the best clothes. I got to look the best. But in all actuality, I don't even like me. And that's why these young boys, they do stuff and they don't think about dying. You saw that video with them three boys with them guns shot up that car. They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn about themselves. Why should they give a damn about you? And so if you're trying to help a young man like that, you see what I'm saying? You become a doctor. You become actual doctor. But if your heart ain't that, if you only doing this, I see something good in you. I think I can make something good out of you. And after the time period that you put on there, 2 years or whatever, and if you don't see no progress or the progress you feel you should see, and you scrap the project, you know, because that's all it really was. It was just a project. That shit didn't work. I scrapped it. 2 years, I'm going on about my business. That same Negro be the one that, soon as you kick him to the curb, he'll probably be out there robbing somebody the next day after he get drunk and get high. And then
would that be my fault? Would that be my fault?
No, it's not your fault. I'm saying it's not. Both of us are victims. This is what I'm saying. We are both victims of this. But if nobody recognizes, comes to the realization that we are effed up, and we have a role that we play in this, and I'm saying the man is more effed up than the woman. Black men are more effed up than black women. The person that needs the most help is these young black men. And they ain't got nobody but their mama. That's it. And they
gonna have you and V. They're gonna have you and V.
No, they ain't got me and V because they don't even know me and V.
I mean, somebody's listening, somebody's sharing the podcast, something's gonna happen, somebody's gonna come through.
Here we go, pass the buck. Why not? Pass it all over to me and V. Hey, we don't need no responsibility. We don't take responsibility.
I'm out. I gave my closing thought. I love you guys.
Okay.
I do.
You too.
All right. I'm really passionate about this because I can see the future. I see the future. And if we don't get this thing, we don't fix this thing now. Oh, I'm gonna predict some future for you guys. All right.
Can we do it next week?
Out of here. I'm gonna predict the future for you guys. Women are about to lose their comfortable role financially. They're about to get fired on a large scale, super large scale. They already started it. And when you start when these women with these cars, these Lexuses and these condos and these nice homes and everything, when they start losing their job and the repo man come in and take your car and then I want you to remember what I'm saying right now, because if we don't humble ourselves and do the work in order to save us, and when I say us, I ain't talking about just the individual. I'm talking about the black race as a whole, family. If we don't do the work that needs to be done, then all of us are screwed. We already effed up. We already are. But the only thing that's saving the black woman is her job. That's the only thing that's saving her and her sanity. Without that job, you women would be crashing out within minutes. I mean, crashing.
I don't have a job.
You don't have to threaten some of us with a good time, by the way, because I don't want to perform modern day slavery to begin with anyway. So I would love to sit at home and operate again. However, let's not get it twisted though, because women have other skill sets besides modern day slavery. Because some of us can take those same skill sets that we've learned in that programming channel or on that job, and we can go apply it somewhere else into life. So I think that regardless of where you put the black woman, she gonna survive regardless. Okay. Thank you.
I'm getting off after this, but I want to say this. I don't have a job. I'm not afraid of anything because God is my source. And I have been helping young black girls all of my life, ever since I had a baby at 16. So I do a Valentine's Day brunch every year for young black girls with a secular song, with a scripture that goes to support it. And our theme this year is a rose is still a rose. I want to let young black women know that they're still a rose, no matter what has happened to them, the fights they have had, the losses they have endured, and that they can still thrive and bloom. So no, I try to do my part, and I will not accept that I will fall, lose my whatever I got, because the Lord is my source. And I'm good. I've been dependent on him all my life. So I'm good. And I know you're not talking about me directly, but I want somebody who's listening to know, hey, you still got something to do, and God can still transform our lives. In the name of Jesus, Hallelujah. Peace.
All righty.
All
All right. Thank you all for being on.
Thank you,
Brenda.
Yolanda. We appreciate that comment. If that happens, the men head of household should be able to hold us down.
Right.
All right. Just remember, I already said we all effed up. The man is more
But
messed
you can
up
hold
than
us down, though.
how he gonna hold you down and he under the
Oh,
damn ground?
Lord.
We'll see y'all
Lord.
next week. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Have a good night.
Good night, y'all.
Thanks for supporting our podcast. We look forward to see you next Thursday at 8 p.m. We also ask that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. The more subscribers we have, the more YouTube will push our podcast to more viewers. But until then, subscribe also for a peaceful mind. Your activity will reflect that peace.